morning everyone. So I'm on my way to see the National Martyrs Monument, which is just outside of Dhaka. I think it's sort of northwest of Dhaka. I've got my driver here. I had to hire a car to get it, so here's my driver, Mr. Rubel, who's going to be driving me all the way over there. He's going to hang about for me as well, and then he's going to drop me off at Shamoli Square shopping mall, where I just want to have a look around, and then near there's the Houses of Parliament, and I want to get a metro from there. So that's the plan this morning. So it's just gone 8 AM, and there's still quite a lot of traffic. I mean, it's Friday, so as Bangladesh is a Muslim country, Fridays are like it's like a Sabbath, I guess. So like, you know, like Sundays, Sabbath for Christianity, Fridays like a holy day for Muslims. So there's a lot of prayers, you know, all the prayers, but most people would probably go to the mosques on Friday. In the main, people go to the mosque all the time. So again, not much to show you at the moment, just again traffic, noise, hustle and bustle, people just going about their business as usual. So hoping to just get out of the capital and just get into a bit of countryside. So we'll see in a bit. So I've obviously missed it, but this is like loads of expressways, elevated expressways. That's the one. I think I got that on the way to the hotel on Thursday morning when I arrived at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. That was really good. That was really empty, but it was 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, so that could be why as well. Yeah, I didn't expect to see this, but that is the Parliament building over there, which I wanted to have a walk around anyway. And then across there, that is a little lake called the Crescent Lake, and that is the gardens. I think locally they might call it Ziauddin, where one of the old presidents, prime minister is buried in there, but that's not the official name. But that is the Parliament building there. So my plan was to come and walk back past this, which I'll still do. Well, they've just seen it in the car. Not really much. You can't really say you've seen it when you're just whizzing past it in the car. So I'll come back here once I've gone to the monument, the National Martyrs Monument, and have a little wander around and see what I can see. Cheers. Don't know if you spotted that, but it looked like there was somebody with like a big camera overhead, almost like a Google Maps kind of, or Google Street View or something like that going on. But it's now 8:35. I don't know where we are. We are definitely in the north of the city. It looks like we're coming to some bridges here, but there is a hell of a lot of traffic. I think there's people working on the roads as well. Okay, can you see him there with his sort of street view type camera? He's got a cute little, well, it's not a tricycle, it's got 4 wheels. It's a quad bike with a slight difference, but yeah, so we're crossing the river now. Can't really see much of the river because of these high walls, but yeah, hoping we'll be getting out of the city soon, and maybe roads are a bit more quiet and a bit more peaceful. But yeah, we'll see where we get to. So we are out of the centre of Dhaka. We must be in the suburbs because it's sort of it's not as built up. There's still lots of stuff going on. There's that looks like factories and other to let me in. It doesn't open till 10, but the guy let me in about 10 minutes before, so it's 10 to 10. Usually it looks like they close it and they open it to the public at 10 o'clock, but before that you can pre-book to go in, like almost like a private tour, but it feels like that is for students and schools and things like that. There's a whole bunch of kids going in and out and wandering around peacefully. So yeah, I'm gonna show you the monument in a second, but there's a plaque here which is in English, so I'll show it to you and then read it out as well, so just give me a second. National Martyrs Memorial. The War of Liberation began on the 26th of March 1971 and ended in the victory on the 16th of December 1971. 3 million undaunting patriots laid down their lives in the struggle for freedom. The memorial is dedicated to the memory of the heroic struggle of the people and as a mark of respect of an indebted nation of the martyrs. The great leader, father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, laid the foundation stone here at Savar on 16th of December 1972. The area of the monument and its compound is 34 hectares, 84 acres with a surrounding buffer zone of additional 10 hectares. Greenbelt or planted bushes and trees. The monument with its pointed spires stand to speak of the victory and triumph and link the patriotic people, the Shaheed and the living freedom fighters in an eternal bond. The tower tapers upwards on 7 isosceles triangles, signifying the 7 stages of the national movement that led to the independence of the country. The seeds of the movement sprouted through the struggle for the honour of the national language Bangla in 1952, and thereafter grew in phases through the mass upheavals of 54, 58, 62, 66, 69, and eventually the liberation movement in 1971. The 45-metre tower, high tower, also known as the Minar, is at an important point of the monument complex. An artificial lake, a twin bridge, a reflecting pool and a picturesque garden surrounding the monument. The twin bridge crossing a canal leads to the most sacred part of the monument, where 10 mass graves of martyrs are preserved as marks of respect to the countless unknown freedom fighters who laid down their lives for their motherland. There's an open air stage. Alright, I'm not really interested about the open air stage and stuff, but you can see that now. Let me just turn it around. So I'm gonna film it, but I don't know if I don't think I'm gonna say a lot, because I think this is a really respectful, peaceful place, and I think it's the memory of the countless people. I mean, I think it said 3 million there, but you know, who's to know how many people died, and the suffering of the trauma of the people that survived, the children that probably witnessed all kinds of brutality, and you know, and that struggle sort of seems to go on now as well in the modern world we live in. There's peoples all over the world fighting for their own freedom, fighting for the right to govern themselves, live their lives by their rules, and not a colonial, not an occupier, not an invader. So I'm gonna probably not say anything more and just film now, because I don't want it to be about anything I've got to say. Not that I can say much. I don't know about this vlogging stuff, I don't know if it suits me, but I'm just going to show you the monument.
সোনার বাংলা, আমি তোমায় ভালোবাসি। ও মা ফাগুনে তোর আবির বনে ঘ্রাণে পাগল করে মরি হায় রে। ও মা ফাগুনে তোর আবির বনে ঘ্রাণে পাগল করে ও মা ঘ্রাণে তোর ভরা খেতে কি দেখেছি আমি, কি দেখেছি মধুর হাসি সোনার বাংলা আমি তোমায় ভালোবাসি কি শোভা কি ছায়া গো কি স্নেহ কি মায়া গো কি আঁচল বিছায়েছ বটের মূলে নদীর কূলে কূলে মা তোর মুখে
জাকির আমার বন্ধু আছে তার নাম জাকির হুসাইন.
Thank you.
So we're here at the National Martyrs Monument, which commemorates the 3 million plus martyrs that gave their life for the freedom of Bangladesh. And this is a group of students from a local school who have come here for a day visit. What's your school's name again?
Medicine Public School.
Yeah, so it's whatever he said, I'm not going to try and pronounce that. So that's a public school. Is it local to here? Yeah, it's close by. It's close by. So the guys are here on a day trip, and they know all about the National Martyrs Monument, don't you? Okay. So thank you, everyone. So that was really peaceful. You know, I think lots of people just come here for the day, or come here as a day out, and just because it is very peaceful here. Not 100% sure everybody knows what it's about really. I was speaking to some people and they were just saying it was like the pride of Bangladesh, not really understanding the context behind it as such. But maybe I'm totally wrong. Maybe what they mean by the pride of Bangladesh is they're proud of the people that gave their lives for their freedom, for the freedom of the country and the people. So maybe I've got it wrong, but yeah, it's very, very, very peaceful, very nice. I got accosted by a couple of guys, very, very friendly, not offensive or anything. One of them wanted me to say hello to his girlfriend, which I did. Didn't want to take a picture of her because I didn't think it was appropriate, because it's not that kind of country openly where people would have girlfriend and boyfriend. I think it's still very, very much frowned upon. He's hoping to marry her one day, so good luck to him, and exchange some details. He wants to come to the UK, and you know, I know people want a better life for themselves, but we were just talking about some basic things around the cost of living and the example of what something might cost here compared to abroad. So yeah, I've done the National Martyrs Monument. Hopefully you can see that behind me. Yeah, if you're interested in that, go and Google what it's about and what it stands for. So yeah, now I've got to try and find my driver and then get back to Dhaka. So see you later. I think I expect to see a lot more of when I was coming out.